EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go, come on. Zoom. Zoom. Hey, where y'all going? Run.
On first down, Rodgers forced out to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right, thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, but it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. 30, 10, touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 40 yards, and the Packers have taken the early lead.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rule seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. That's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Here we go. All right, here you go.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, Elliott. Pretty move. Elliott a first down and more. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 34 yards there and a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
There we go. All right, hey. Let's go. Get out. Get out.
A first down carry by Elliott. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kentrell Brice, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Second down, Prescott. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jeff Swaim, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Last week, the Green Bay Packers played their first game under their interim head coach. You were there for that victory over Atlanta 34-20. What did you see?
I saw a team that was dedicated to getting back to the basics. You know, running the ball a little bit better, more precise in their details. The quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, of course, played well. Devontae Adams, their wide receiver, played well. But Aaron Jones, their running back, is really making a move. He should touch it 20-plus times a game. If he does that, I think Green Bay's offense can really be dangerous. And this is a team that can still finish over 500 if they win their last 3, partner. At Chicago, at the Jets, home against Detroit. And they are not mathematically eliminated from playoff consideration either.
By the way, how cold were you in the booth on a 1 to 10 scale?
I was very cold. On a 1 to 10 scale, I was a 15 cold. Thank you. 25 degrees at kickoff.
Sorry I asked. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. They'll pitch it out to Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. On 3rd down, here's Jones. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Here we go. 58.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Lets this one rip, and this is caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jimmy Graham, 40 yards. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The 8-5 Dallas Cowboys return their offense to the field here, and they won last week to get to 8-5 over Philly. In that game, they had 576 yards of total offense, so you would think maybe some more points because that's the most yards of offense they've had since 1978.
It is absolutely amazing because you think with that much offense, you're scoring in the 40s. Yeah. But instead, it was a defensive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clay Matthews in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now he's forced out left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Well, you know, thinking back to last week around the league, it was one. We've had some crazy weeks this year, Charles, but this was one of the crazier, maybe the craziest week that we've had. You think about the 99-yard run that sort of kicked it all off. Of course, that wild finish in Miami. I mean, we saw a bunch of interesting things.
We certainly did. How about the 3 worst teams by record in the NFL? The Jets, the Raiders, the 49ers all won on the same weekend. We had overtime in Kansas City and in Dallas. And the 2 frontrunners in the NFC, New Orleans got a scare in Tampa Bay. And the Rams lost in Chicago.
Yeah, crazy weekend. It figures to be a crazy finish the rest of the way in this NFL season. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Zoom.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. All right, hey. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, here we go. All right, hey. Here we go, 47. 26. 26.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. On play action. Now Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Now he'll go deep down the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. Rodgers now on first down. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll go down at the 28. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers. And he's going to go down again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened.
And look at this, it's a fake. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Kentrell Bryce picks it. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Rodgers now on first down. Looking deep for Adams. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Crosby on now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, one thing neat going on around the NFL again recently this year, we've seen this before, but the My Cause, My Cleats, just a chance for the players to give back to a certain charity that they like and dress up their shoes how they want. I know you saw that a couple weeks ago in your game.
I certainly did. I had the Giants and the Bears, and during this time frame, each team is allowed to designate one home game for My Cause, My Cleats. And that was the Giants' home game. They designated it. And Alec Ogletree had a big game. I mean, he had a pick 6 for a touchdown, a bunch of tackles, and his cleats were for autism awareness. What a perfect time to put that on stage. His cause, his cleats, and a big game as well.
Now Prescott. Cooper's got it. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 49 yards. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and it's shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 41 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
He'll buy some time right. It's caught outright by Graham. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, where are going?
Rodgers to throw on second down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
Back now in Arlington. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter.
Hey, check 26.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Got a man. It's his tight end, Lance Kendricks. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tyrone Crawford in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And Crosby puts it through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And now here come the Cowboys. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kentrell Bryce picks it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He sets up the screen to Jones. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
We are going. Zoom.
Rodgers throwing here. Drops it to Jones in the flat. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Throwing is Rodgers. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers add on to their lead. Now Crosby for the point after. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll return this one all the way out of the other side of the field.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Here we go, 46. Switch, and 8.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Looking to throw. Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, wide 8. Good. 26.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Prescott. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here we go, wide 8. Good. 26.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper from 19 yards away. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Zoom.
Rodgers looking to throw. Looking deep for Adams. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, 44 yards. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares?
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
it.